Hi guys, zpolt here. Welcome to my lab. So comparisons are really popular here in this channel, and this comparison is something that I want to do for a long time. So we are now comparing Bluetooth adapters here in this channel. Just the comparison of the KZ Bluetooth adapter versus the KZ APTX and also the TRN BT3. I'm gonna go through all of their features and choose a winner at the end of this video as well. What Bluetooth adapter is for you, we're gonna find out. We review budgetfi to midfi audio gear, so if you're into that, consider subscribing and also use my links below if you want to get these three. It will help out the channel a lot. So let's start off with the price, just to give you a sense of the comparison here. So the KZ Bluetooth adapter is just around $80. This is the non-APTX version. The APTX version costs around $12, so it's around $4 more expensive. The TRN BT3 is around $20 to $30, so definitely this is the most expensive here in this group. So in terms of build, as expected, the cheapest one is the cheapest built. This made of mostly plastic, and the cord is a bit thin also right here. But it does feel light. It has an advantage in the compactness department, but definitely in terms of build, this is least impressive in terms of build. But it is still no slouch, I would say. I've been using this for quite a number of months already, and if you can see, it's already still intact. But definitely the cord is a bit thin here and everything is plastic. The buttons is also plastic, but it does feel nice. It is not bad here. But yeah, definitely in the hand, this feels a bit flimsy. So it's far cry from your sort of Jaybirds kind of buttons. Next in the build, of course, is the KZ Bluetooth adapter. So this is a little notch up compared to the non-APTX one. As you can see, there's already some logo here, and it's a cleaner kind of design also here. And this part, it's a cleaner design. It's a minimalist kind of look, and the cord is a little bit thicker as well compared to the KZ Bluetooth one, the non-APTX. As you can see here, this is the APTX version. This is the non-APTX one, so it's like 1 millimeter, 2 millimeters thicker in the APTX version. So definitely the APTX version is a little bit more substantial compared to the non-APTX one, but they both have the ear hooks here. The ear hooks feels the same here, but yeah, in terms of build, the APTX version definitely is better compared to the non-APTX one. So the best build here definitely is the TRN BT3. This feels more like a tank compared to the two that I have mentioned. It does have this big headband right here, which makes it heavier, but if you look at this part, definitely it is more substantial here. Look at how big this is. Here the cord part, it's a little bit thinner, of course, but it's still thick. It feels substantial here. Here in the ear hook part, there's already some memory. The KZ ones doesn't have memory. This already has some memory here. So yeah, definitely in the build department, this feels really substantial in the hand. It does make it a little bit heavier though, but in terms of build, I would go with the TRN BT3. This is the most substantial, but yeah, it's kind of expected because it's the most expensive as well. So next is form factors. Definitely the most compact here is the KZ Bluetooth adapter. So yeah, it's just a wire and it's also really small. So definitely if you value compactness in your kit, this is something that you can consider, and it's also super light as well. So in an earphone case, you won't feel that there's a Bluetooth adapter there, which maybe is a plus for some people. Of course, next in terms of form factor is the KZ Bluetooth. This is a little bit bigger, but the advantage here is it's a little bit more stable because it has these two modules right here. So if you put it around your neck, it kind of stays better in your neck compared to the non-APTX one, because the non-APTX one is just one module. So it doesn't have the same stability because you have a counterweight here at the other side compared to this that you just have one weight here. So the APTX version is a little bit more stable compared to this one, but I wouldn't say that it's not far off. They're still both light here. But yeah, this is a little bit more stable, and still this is in the compact department. This is still not big, but at least it still has some ear hook here, so it's still stable in your ear. Both of these are actually still stable. I didn't encounter an issue with them falling out of my ear. But yeah, something to note, depends on you what you like. TRN BT3 definitely is the most stable of the bunch, but it is also heavier, so there's a trade-off right there. There's definitely this a neckband kind of design. This really fits well in your neck, even if you move, even if you run. There's no issues here, this won't fall off your ear. Definitely is the most stable. It does accumulate some heat after some time, so that is a kind of a drawback here. But one major advantage is it has already some memory, so it will be really stable if you put it on your ear, even compared to this one. This tend to loosen after some time. This doesn't loosen after some time because of that memory, so that is really an advantage here. So yeah, definitely in terms of stability, this is the winner. And the KZ APTX is a balance of stability and also compactness. The KZ is the most compact but the least stable, so you need to choose which one you value the most here. Next one is battery life. So definitely the KZ adapter is the least impressive here. This is just 3 to 4 hours of battery life. Next would be the KZ APTX and also the TRN BT3. They are tied for around 7 to 8 hours of battery. So this has 2 times the battery of the non-APTX KZ one. So yeah, definitely if you value battery, you need to choose either the KZ or the TRN. Next, and for me really important, is the waterproofness. So these two KZs are waterproof, IPX5 waterproof. So that's an advantage, of course, if you're using it for sports. Unfortunately for the BT3, it is not waterproof. It is not advertised as waterproof. I'm pretty sure you can still use it, of course, for exercising, but yeah, it is not advertised as that. I searched in their website. If you are gonna sweat with it, I would go with either cases here. These are advertised as IPX5 waterproof. Okay, next, and the most important here is APTX. So the KZ APTX has APTX, obviously, and the TRN APTX also has APTX here. The cheapest KZ doesn't have APTX. What is APTX? So it's a technology that lets you connect with your phone better. It has a higher transfer rate and also has less delay, especially when you're playing maybe YouTube music. So yeah, definitely if you're gonna play a lot of YouTube or maybe watch some movies or maybe even play games, you want the least delay in your audio, definitely go for either the KZ APTX or the TRN BT3. They both have APTX support. So next is resolution. So first is the KZ. This is the least resolving of the bunch. It has the smallest sound stage as well. Definitely compared to wired connection, the sound stage here is smaller, and also the resolution here is less compared to having a wired connection. Okay, next is the KZ APTX. So the KZ APTX here, when you move up, there's already better resolution here. That's definitely a wider sound stage, and what hit me is the imaging here. Imaging is just better here in the APTX version. So yeah, definitely if you value sound, I would skip the non-APTX one. If you value the most utmost sound in your wireless kit, I would go at least with the KZ Bluetooth adapter. It has a better sound here. And of course, last would be the TRN APTX. Actually, the jump from the KZ APTX to the TRN is not that big, but here in the TRN APTX, it has better imaging and the music is a tad more lively here in the TRN BT3. But yeah, they're really similar. It's just a minor difference. So yeah, in terms of sound, they're not that far off. They're both good sounding. So if you value sound, I would go for either the KZ or the TRN BT3. So let's sum up the comparison. Who are these earphones for? So definitely the non-APTX one is the cheapest here. So if you value the cheapest one or the smallest one, I would go with the KZ Bluetooth adapter. So yeah, if that is in the top of your priorities, it's still no slouch. It's still really cool to have that option to go wireless. You can just put this in your maybe case, and if you need it, it's always there because it's just that small. You can store it easily. So yeah, if you value the cheapest one or the smallest one, go with the KZ adapter. The KZ APTX is definitely for me sort of a middle line. It's a good balance between everything here. Personally, I prefer the KZ APTX overall. For me, it has a good mix of sound, portability, and also price. So it's not that more expensive compared to the non-APTX one. So definitely I would go with this over the non-APTX version. So it has a better sound. The form factor is still small. The battery life definitely is ×2. So yeah, that is a really big jump. And the sound is right up there with the TRN BT3. Who is this for? So for those who value still a small form factor and also good sound, I would go for the APTX version. It has a good mix again of everything. It's sort of a well-rounded kind of adapter. How about the BT3? So if you value stability and also the best sound, I would go with the BT3. Definitely this is the best sounding of the bunch. And also in terms of stability, this will stay on your neck for a long period of time without any issues. And yeah, the build quality is better. It just looks the part. So yeah, if you value sound and also stability, go with the BT3. But still, I would recommend that you pick either one of these. It's a really good addition to your kit. It just feels so freeing. to play your tunes in a wireless configuration. Definitely there's some compromises here, but on some days it's really cool to have a wireless connection. You just have that option to go wireless. It's really cool. So I would pick either one. Definitely it depends on what you value the most, what you are gonna pick, but of course that will be up to you. So yeah, that is my comparison and also small review of these three. If you learned something, of course leave a like and of course subscribe for more content like this in the future. So are you using a Bluetooth adapter? What are you using and how do you find them? Let me know down in the comments below. Contribute here in the community, and of course I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Bye.